What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of January 17th through January 23rd. It's another crazy week. I don't know what's going to go down this week. I guess that's why we're reading tarot cards, but in 3D. I don't know what's on the horizon for us. And I'm very excited, though, to see what happens. This is a crazy time. We're going to be telling our kids about this time, or our grandkids, or our great-grandkids, or whatever the case may be, because this is a very formative time in humanity's history, I feel like. So, stay high vibe. That's all I can say. Today we're reading some tarot, as we always do. We're trying to figure out how to make this week the best week possible. And I brought out my Lodolite crystal. I've been working with Lodolite very recently, and I just can't say enough about Lodolite. This is a meditation tool if I've ever seen one. Okay, I like to place Lodolite on my third eye when I meditate, and for me, I know everyone's different, but for me, it instantly transports me into a higher state, into a deeper meditative state. And if I want to contact my higher self or my guides or any entities in the astral realms or the higher realms, then this thing facilitates that in a major way. Here's another one. They're just fantastic. And not only is the energy of Lodolite just out of this world, but it's also beautiful, I think. Right, so every Lodolite is unique. It's also called garden quartz. It's also called scenic quartz. It's also called landscape quartz. Look at that rainbow there. It's also called shaman's dream quartz. It has so many names because it's so versatile. Okay, so Lodolite is the jam. Beautiful. Look at those striations. Anyway, I can't say enough about Lodolite. So yeah, let's get into the reading, but first, let's do the singing bowls. I just want to do a quick singing bowls today. Don't want to get too far into it. Just want to calm down a little bit and find our center. So if you want to skip this part, go ahead and get straight to the reading, but I'm going to do the bowls. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just bowl with me for a second. Alright guys, today we're using the Pagan Tarot. I really like this deck a lot, but what I really like about this deck is the guidebook. One of the best guidebooks you're ever going to get with a tarot deck, by far. I really enjoyed reading this guidebook. Anyway, this is a Pagan Tarot, and the first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents the overall energy of this upcoming week. What energy we can expect this week. And we've got the Initiate of Cups. Give me a moment with this card. Let me get it straight first. There we go. So the energy I'm getting from this card and the message I'm getting is of passive observance. Kind of like stepping back and observing everything going on from an outside perspective is sort of the energy that I'm getting from this card. Now this could apply to what's going on in 3D in the world at large, right? The inauguration of a new president or an old president or whatever's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. But yes, this could be 3D and just passively observing, but as this pertains to your personal life too, I think this card is suggesting that this week is going to be a week for you kind of to step back and really think about how you're feeling about things, right? I don't get the feeling that this week is a time to put in work, is a time to create new ideas. I think this week is a time to reflect and to really try to see how you feel about what's happening. How do you feel about what's happening in the world? How do you feel about what's happening in your life? And when we take stock of how we're feeling, we really get a better sense of where we're at and where we want to be and where we're headed. So I think this week is going to be a week to really maybe delve into the emotions a little bit and really ask yourself, how do I feel about that? How do I feel about this job? How do I feel about this regulation that's being imposed on me? How do I feel about my romantic partner? How do I feel about whatever the case may be, right? Whatever's maybe challenging you or whatever's coming up in your life. This week is a chance to really sit and reflect and ask yourself how I feel. How do you feel? So, a lot of emotions so far. We got the cups energy, we got the water back here. So, this definitely is tied into the emotions. How do I feel about it? So, interesting card. Now, let's go on to this one, which represents what to hold on to this week, what to focus on, what you want to be doing. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Give me a moment with this one. Well, in order to do this, you kind of have to sit back and relax a little bit. And I think that's what this card is saying, is that, take it easy this week. There's a lot going on out in the world, energetically. There's a lot happening right this week. And I think this card is saying is just to detach from it a little bit. Right? When you look at the image of this woman, there's a lot going on around her. There's a cat chasing a mouse, right? It's a bright sunny day. But what she's doing is relaxing. She's chilling. And she's just preserving her energy, right? She's not getting involved in all the goings on around her. And I think that's really helping her with her sanity, helping her with her state of mind and with her emotions as well, right? Again, we see a cup come up, right? Emotions are involved here. So the feeling I'm getting from this card is that really kind of detach as much as you possibly can. This is a week to kind of observe and report. Maybe not observe and report, but this is a week to analyze, sit back and just detach from all the craziness, right? If we get sucked into the craziness that's going on around us, we're going to be dragged down by it. And that's not what we're here to do as light workers, as star seeds, as enlightened beings. I got something in my throat. Wow. Spirit doesn't want me to say the phrase enlightened being. Anyway, what was I even saying? Yeah, detach from it, right? We're not here to get involved in that craziness, right? We need to rise above it. And the only way to do that is to detach. And, part of this is the 9 of Pentacles energy, where we're just grateful for what we have, right? We're not too worried about all the things going on around us because where we're at is perfect, right? It's exactly where we need to be. So, this is not a negative energy or negative feeling. This is like, yes, everything is going great. I know there's chaos around me, but I don't need to get sucked into it because I've got all this stuff that I'm grateful for. Okay, so that's what to hold on to this week. Let's move on over here. This card represents what to let go of this week, what to avoid, what to not do. And we've got the Temperance card. Give me a moment with this one. Okay. The feeling I'm getting from this card is don't avoid either of these things. Don't avoid observing. Like what I'm getting really is this woman is going to work, right? And she's sitting in front of her computer, and it's kind of an avoidance technique or a tactic. She's trying to avoid the chaos all around her, and she doesn't want to deal with it. And the feeling I'm getting from this card is that you can't avoid it. Avoiding it is not going to serve you. We have to observe it, right? We have to know what's happening. So if there's chaos in your life this week, what these cards are saying is, sit and observe it. Don't get bogged down by it, but also don't distract yourself from it, right? You need to see what's happening. You need to understand what's going on, and you can't just run away from it, right? If there's political strife in the world, you can't. You can absolutely run and hide, but you're not really understanding fully what's going on in the 3D world. And maybe some people like that, and that's fine. But this is not just the 3D world. This is the self, right? If you see something within yourself that's chaotic, that you don't like, you can't just run in and avoid it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to stuff it down, and it's going to fester, and it's going to rot deep inside you, and it's going to grow out of control till one day it has to manifest in the physical, right? So if there's something within you or within your life that you don't like this week, don't run from it. Don't avoid it. We're here to look at it. And we're here to figure out how we feel about it. Does that make sense? Yeah, so this week seems to be a week of figuring out where we stand, how we feel. And you can't figure out how you feel if you're going to run from how you feel. So there might be some difficult emotions that we may have to deal with this week. And, this is a general reading. I forgot to say that at the beginning. And it's going to affect everyone differently. But I encourage you to read the cards how you want to read them, and maybe interpret my messages how you want to interpret them, so that it fits your life. Okay? Last thing I want to do is pull out the Untamed Truth Oracle, because I'd like to pull a card. And I'd like to ask it what overall message it has for us this upcoming week. What overall message for us this upcoming week? Let's get my Lodalites back on screen. Thank you, Lodi. Get this Lodi over here. Lodi. Beautiful. Yeah, what overall message for us this upcoming week? And we've got connection. Give me a moment with this one. Wow, okay, cool. If you look at this card, there's a bunch of swirling wind. I saw it as wind. It could be energy. It could be movement of something. Leaves even. Whatever is swirling. It's moving. And this represents possibly the chaos in the world, or the chaos in your life. But what we need to realize is that we're all part of it, right? When something across the planet moves, eventually you're going to feel that movement, right? Because we are all one. We're all connected. So I think what this card is saying is to realize that, yes, we are all connected. What happens to one happens to all of us, right? And what happens to all of us happens to the individual. So don't forget that we're all connected this week, right? The media is going to do everything in its power to separate us, to split us, to get us to fight each other. Because when we do that, we forget that we're all one. And when we forget we're all one, then we're easily controlled and manipulated. So this is about staying connected, realizing that we're in this together. The person that you view as your enemy is actually a part of you, right? They are not some detached thing that you should throw all your shadow aspects onto. All right, they are part of you, and they represent a part of you. And if you're going to deny that part of you and fight against it, then you're fighting against yourself, and that's not productive. Okay, so that's an interesting message. I liked it. And that's going to do it for today's reading. Remember, if you want to get a reading from me, I offer them through my Etsy shop if you want to do that. And I have several readings that you can check out there. I also have crystals like these Lodalites here. Oh, baby. And I also have a crystal class at the Leon Mystery School, which you can check out at www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. There's a link in the description box below, where if you're new to crystals, it's a fantastic place to start. We're going to teach you the basics of crystals all the way on up to how to connect with them and how to interact with their energy. So if you're into crystals, that's something you could look into. And that's going to be the reading. I want to thank you for everything. I want to thank you for liking this video if you enjoyed it, if you got something out of it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week. Happy taroting. Peace.